STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
If it's your first time here, of course, as you saw our awesome graphic there display, like, share, subscribe to the channel.
Ching, ching.
Okay. And if it is your first time here, we welcome you to the STAKK channel. Today, we have a special guest on the show. Okay. We'll go ahead and bring it up here. Boom. Okay. Joining us all the way from the motherland. The original, what did you say?
Gold Coast.
Blueprint of art. Okay. All the way from Ghana, we have Mr. Jimo in the house with us. You see, Jimo is a trader, no one's ambassador, and an entrepreneur. He'll tell us a little bit more about that. And of course, most importantly, a man living on the Bitcoin standard.
Tell him.
Yes.
Oga Jimo,
Yes. Yeah,
we welcome
yeah.
you, sir.
Thank you. It's a
How's
pleasure.
it going, brother?
It's a pleasure being here. It's an
Listen,
honor.
man. Absolutely.
STAKK
Thank you, brother.
Nation.
We are glad to have you.
I am happy to. I don't know. Do I need to apply to be a citizen of your nation?
No, listen, man. If you have Bitcoin, you're already part of the nation.
You're
sir.
part of the nation.
Yeah, we are all part
Thank
of
you.
the
I
Bitcoin
have
nation.
Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Then-
I have a strange feeling that you do, sir.
I have.
Incredible. Yeah, incredible. But yes, brother, before we even jump into this thing, man, I'll just throw it over to you just to tell the people a little bit more about yourself, what you do, because what is happening here, and we're going to dive into it. I think it's absolutely incredible
Mm-mm.
how the African nation is engaging with this Bitcoin situation. But before we go into any of that, please, over to you, sir. Just tell the people a little bit about you and what you're doing in the space.
Okay. My full name is Jimo Wasiu Ejimi. So
Right.
that's my name, but I'm mostly called Evergenius. That name I got it from my friends right from secondary school because I'm this kind of inclusive person. I always want to know everything. I want to dive into everything. I want to have a knowledge of everything, and that is what even got me to Bitcoin. It's from me
Right.
trying to know what this is about. What's that thing about? I don't want you to talk something and I don't have an idea. I just want to know it. That's
Yeah.
how I got into Bitcoin. I am an ambassador to no one's, more like the community manager. I seed the ground floor. I'm a member of the team for nodes. So basically, what I do is I do that involves the groundwork to ensure we have our community motivated, get people to understand about Bitcoin and the trading side of it, the P2P, basically education, the education side. That's what I do. And I help people with their disputes, their inquiries, feedbacks, reviews, and everything. Generally, that's what I do for no one's. But personally, I'm a crypto enthusiast. I'm a big fan of Bitcoin, the big OG, the father of all crypto, the father and the mother of all crypto. So,
Yes.
and Bitcoin is actually what got me here. I think I'm going to have a Bitcoin story.
You definitely, brother.
Let's
definitely.
talk about it.
Because
let's talk about it. We all have it.
Everybody has that Bitcoin story. Now, and it's interesting because, like you said, Bitcoin got you here, and I think that phrase there or that sentence is very interesting because when you start to engage with Bitcoin, it is very clear to me, at least, that there is a lot of things that happen mentally. It's almost like a mental transformation, right?
Yes.
So obviously, you started off just very curious about these things, and then you start diving into Bitcoin. Can you walk us through that journey? What are some of the transformations that you saw in your life and mentally when you started to understand Bitcoin? Did you have a moment where you were like just learning this thing and it's not clicking, and then all of a sudden it was just like boom, you got one thing and then you just started to connecting to all the others? How was that experience for you?
By the way, also add the part where you actually started thinking and how you got into it.
Okay, no problem. Your question already is very good because you want me to just tell my story.
Yes.
So
Yes, yes,
Bitcoin,
yes.
I'll tell you, I owned Bitcoin first without even knowing about Bitcoin, without knowing what it's used for.
Are you
I used to
serious?
be, I
Same
did
here.
during my secondary school. After my O level, I was waiting for
Yep.
admission that same year. You know, we have to wait for a little while. After WAEC, you wait for admission, maybe you get. Then time I went to do desktop publishing, just not to be hiding. So I was designing, I was doing
Mm.
graphic designing. Then I met some people talking about crypto, then Bitcoin, precisely. It's just Bitcoin seminars. So I joined,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and I was not joining for anything. I was just joining so that I can design for them. So they make me do
Okay.
all these social media adverts for them, just designs. I put them
Okay.
in
Yeah.
pictures. They are going to have seminars maybe in 5 days. I do the design for them. Then Bitcoin, that is around 2016, 2017, 2015, 2016. So Bitcoin was basically around $300. I don't even know about the price. I'm not interested in their seminars. They don't even
Wow.
invite me.
Damn.
It's offline.
Wow.
It's offline. I just need to design
Yeah.
for them. So then
Wow.
I start.
Wow.
They thought I was going to work with them. Then our agreement was for them to send me MoneyGram or Western Union. That's the mode of payment. That's
uh
Yeah.
how we started. And this,
Yeah.
their webinars, their seminars, their physical meetup is about Bitcoin. So
yeah.
they did the first payment. They did the first payment. I went to the bank. I received my money. Then the second payment, there came the breakthrough. That's where the issue came up. And there was a mistake on my address.
They made the mistake. or you
Yeah,
made the
they made
mistake.
the mistake. They made the mistake of input. These guys are guys that they don't go out. They do everything on their system. They just send details to me. So I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
maybe autocorrect or something made the mistake. Then I got to the
Yeah.
bank and I was like, they told me you can't receive this money unless they make correction of,
the banks.
Yeah.
you know, I have the control number, I have the details, I have everything, my identification, everything is cool. But these people made a small mistake in the address and I can't receive my money.
Mhm.
So I got back to them.
Centralized
And that time,
entities.
yes, and that time there's no internet like 100%. I go to the cafe to reach to them.
Layer two.
So from the first
Gosh.
step of going to the bank in the morning, I have to wait till night that I'll go to the cafe and report my situation to
Yeah.
them.
Transportation.
It's a
Amazing.
long story.
Woo!
So at
Yeah,
night
brother.
it was Yahoo Messenger. Then there's AOL Messenger. Then I reach out. We're talking. I was explaining that I didn't get the money. So the guy was just like, "Oh, well, then they just need to onboard me to this Bitcoin store." And they told me about it. The first wallet I got my Bitcoin then was on. Do you know
Mhm.
the app, first
Yeah.
the local
That's
Old
Bitcoin
yeah.
school, man.
that
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
permitted to?
That's
Old
I'm permitted
school.
to use that.
OG stuff right there.
Very
Yes.
old school. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was how the guy said, "Oh, instead of sending this, doing this, they don't even have." They said they don't even have the time to start going to MoneyGram store, so they do it on their laptop,
Yep.
then on their desktop or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Save
they now
time.
did the onboarding. They did the onboarding. They told me, okay, what they'll do, and Bitcoin was just around 300, 310. So then I was receiving
Damn.
0.3 Bitcoin, $100.
0.3.
I'm very sure Bitcoin, $100. I
What?
worked with this
Dude.
guy and I made eight Bitcoin working with them.
Yeah.
I had
Wow.
8 Bitcoin. Now,
Incredible.
now the thing is that
awesome. Don't tell me you
the
sold
funniest
it.
thing, the funniest thing is that this period that I got onboarded, I don't even know how to sell. I don't know P2P. So I was just keeping it.
Yeah.
I was
okay.
a young chap. I
Okay.
was a young chap. I don't really need the money like that. I was still in the house. My
Yeah.
parents are still doing most of my business. I'm just going to learn this thing, just preparing myself for admission. You get? So I
Yeah.
was not bothered about selling. And 2017 came, the hype of Bitcoin, the noise everywhere.
Oh man.
Choo choo.
That was when I
Lambo
got.
money.
That was when I knew. And this thing is just.
The
I was
guy
just
say we don't
around
land.
20. Around 20, the end towards the end of 2016, I was around maybe 2 Bitcoin, 2.5 thereabout. By 2017, when
Mhm.
the noise will come out, I was already going to 5, and it's now like
Mm.
$600. So then
Mm-hmm.
was when I was like, okay, this guy from little I learned, I think this is money. Where can I sell? I went to look at Bitcoin, started looking for a way. Then we even trade without looking at the prices. I don't care about the price. What I see is when I see value, okay, one Bitcoin is equals to $300. I just want you to pay. I don't get any gain for the loss.
Yeah.
So
Chivo, why?
because it was just like free money, and I was just testing to
Yeah.
Yeah,
know
of
if this
course.
is actually money. My
Yeah.
first
Incredible.
trade was around towards the end of 2017. That noise, that 2017
Yeah.
hype, towards September, October, November. If I can access the wallet, I'll see it. That's my first trade, and I sold. I think I sold 0.8 for like $500. The value then,
Mm.
I think I got a very small money then.
Do you do
I
you do
can't
you do
remember.
you beat up yourself today for doing that?
Let me tell you one thing. My period of learning, I don't regret anything. I don't regret
Okay.
anything
Facts.
because I'll tell you the truth. I
Another
made
feeling.
from 8 Bitcoin till 2019. I
Mhm.
was having close to 40 Bitcoin.
Wow.
Yeah.
In 2019, 2019 was the year that I came out of my space and I want to go public like that. So I started spending. I started traveling around the world, blowing some. So
Yeah.
between 2016 to 2019, learning. Many OGs in
Right.
Nigeria. I don't know if I'm permitted to mention names. I paid for their classes because 2017, everybody was there. Bitcoin Chief, Crypto Preacher, everybody was everywhere.
Mhm. Mhm.
Calhoun,
Yeah.
Jeremy, what's this guy? Crypto Moon guy. All of them, they were everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was just jumping from
Yeah.
one education to educational
Did you
discussion
did
from
you
one
did you see did you see this guy called Beat Boy?
Beat Boy. Yes, yes, Beat
Yeah.
Boy, the round face guy, the noisemaker then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Did you
followed him
did you
then
buy any
briefly.
of the coins? Did you buy any
Any of
of the
his
coins
coins.
that he was
No, no,
pushing?
no, 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 no.
No.
I'm not
Oh,
really a
okay.
degen type. If I would class myself in the Bitcoin space, I tend to follow the investors' mindsets. I always want to just put money somewhere and come back
Okay.
to make huge profit. I'm not really the degen
I
type. I
like that.
don't really buy coins. I did some at
Okay.
some points, but I got my brother. I left it too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually the rock pool environments there, man.
Yes, yes.
I mean we when we started in crypto, obviously it seems like at least for us, we were kind of like all over. We looked at all of the coins. I also started buying Bitcoin like we're very, very early days
Super
of when it
early.
was on Cash App. Even though before I actually bought it on Cash App, maybe like in 2016 or so, there was this website that had this thing called a faucet where you could go, you spin the wheel or you could answer some questions and then you get some Bitcoins and things like that. But then I eventually did not even have the login to that website anymore. Then we went into the whole crypto space, tried everything, got rock pulled 20,000 times, like most people. Then before I really started to zero in on Bitcoin. And ever since then, it's really the same approach, like you were saying there. Uh, just
Accumulate.
that long term mindset, and then you just keep going for there. But that's an incredible story, man. That's an incredible Bitcoin story you have there. So
Yeah,
we'll
that's
switch
nice.
gears here then. Yes, we'll switch gears here then because the thing with Bitcoin, obviously, this is something that we have never seen before. Humanity has never seen something like this before, and we might never ever see something like this again. Right? Incredible something. I saw a post that you made on LinkedIn, and it was essentially speaking along the lines of how the global South uses Bitcoins as more than a store of value.
Mm.
It is a strong means of exchange in that environment, especially with the P2P uh, applications, which we're going to dive into following this year. Uh, I just want you to give us a little bit of your, I guess, maybe your analysis or just an outline for people who do not know. Because, in the US, when people look at Bitcoin, a lot of people just look at this thing as this is an investment. I'm going to buy and get in and make some money and then jump back out, which is fine. Ultimately, we all want to make some money. But it seems like they do not understand that this thing is more than something where you're just jumping in to make some money and get out. It is breaking the barriers, allowing people to be able to exchange that value anywhere in the world. Can you speak to your experience on that?
Access your money without the banks.
Yeah,
Like your story.
exactly.
Delay.
Okay, I think my story is just everything in Bitcoin. Am I audible? Can you hear me, please?
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now the first thing that drives me, like got me connected to Bitcoin, was the fact that I want to receive money. I have what it takes. I can't get. That's one. Two,
Mhm.
I got a job for somebody far away in another continent, precisely. Get money to me fast.
Yeah.
The fastest then is Bitcoin. It's still the fastest. Now, if you have to look at the
Yeah.
traditional fiat system through Swift, and it's a lot of process. Okay, even as we speak, I still work remotely and I get paid. I have to drop my money from maybe the HR to my local bank. It takes 5 days at earliest for it to reflect.
That's a whole week.
I got a deduction of maybe between 3 to 15% from the
Yeah.
platform to my
That
local bank.
transaction.
From the transaction. Yeah.
That's one.
The store your
Yeah.
Then
value.
in
Yeah.
the bank, if I want to make the withdrawal of that dollars, I will be charged a 3% charge
Again.
again
6%
in
again.
dollars.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Now Bitcoin solves all these problems for me. Like for me. So I used to say it
Yeah.
does it all. It solves this problem for me easily, like very seamless. You send, I check my wallet. If it's not there incoming, I check the blockchain explorer. I see my money incoming. It gets here. No third party, no stress. I can do whatever with it. That's the first part. Now, this is an innovation that comes with volatility. And I see peers that don't know the good thing about volatility. They want to remove, or they want to find a way to breach volatility out of it. That is even the joy of of Bitcoin, because there's this chance that I can get it cheaper
Yes.
and make more. It's an
Yes.
edge against inflation, against
Yes.
depreciation, anything where you want. It's an edge to that. So
Right.
it's just everything. Just Bitcoin is everything that you need it to be. It's a good store of value. Look at, I was talking to some Bitcoiners, like, why are you making too much about Bitcoin? It's simple. Just use this simple philosophy. Gold became gold. We call Bitcoin the digital gold. That's what everybody accepts that.
Right.
We call it the digital gold. Gold assets that every is not good every day. We don't trade gold every day.
Yeah.
Gold is becoming an asset that is being used to basic back that crypto. It's the godfather, the godmother. So we should
Yeah.
build things backed by Bitcoin. Our current fiat, they want to let us think that it is backed by gold, which is a capital lie. Gold is just a store of value.
It's a lie.
It's just a store of value.
Capital lie.
If we go deep into the creation of money, money is created on debt. I used to post it there.
Yes.
Fiat is debt. Fiat is debt. Bitcoin is a proof of
Yes.
work. So this is something that it
Yes.
has limits. Fiat does not. Tomorrow now, look at, I think US printed about more than trillions, a million, couple of trillions just for COVID out of thin air. And that was not
Yeah.
even that was not
Yeah.
even on debt. That was just for the need of it. When it comes to debt, at least they use collateral, small collateral to back it. That some commercial bank needs some investors or VC needs this. They bring their collateral. We still use that one as bond. But in the case of 2020, it was printed out of thin air for no reason. We just need it.
Yeah.
And they started printing. That is going
Yeah.
to, we know definitely it's going to cost us a loss of value. Inflation is going to
Yeah.
set in. Bitcoin beats all of this. easily. We don't need to stress on.
There we
Just
go.
know it. Bitcoin. That's it. Let me cut
Superior
it there.
money. Yeah. No, it's superior. It's superior 100%. Double up.
I was going to add to that statement
Yes.
because at the beginning of this, before we started the show, we are talking about how if you are a foreigner, or let's say a Nigerian outside of the country right now, right, and you have money in your Nigerian bank account, and maybe you can't access it.
Yeah.
Having your money in Bitcoin in Nigeria is actually safer than having your money in the banks in Nigeria. And that literally adds to what you're saying out there, that in the global south, it's actually safer for you to have your money in Bitcoin than you have to have it in the local currencies of those countries. Partly because of IMF and what bank damages to those countries as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know,
Yes.
one interesting thing that you said there was that this new innovation, it comes with volatility. And a lot of times people are trying to circumvent this volatility. A lot of times when I get into this conversation with people, I always ask people, what do you think is happening to your fiat? Is it not trending
Downward.
in a negative, volatile manner?
Yeah, that's
the, the volatility is only one direction and it is down.
one direction. It's going
So
down.
exactly. And that's one thing I've never understood is like you get into Bitcoin, the value goes up, then you sell it into something that is going down. It's like getting into a trade while it's going. I mean, you're getting into a long position while the trade is in a bearish movement. It does not make sense. That's what we are looking at. Then you could even now
Okay.
extend that as well to if you're looking at it on a colonial or what do they call them again?
Neocolonialism.
Neo-colonialist.
Yeah.
I hate that word, man.
Neocolonialism.
Yeah. If you look at the
Right.
colonial people, okay, you see that
Yeah.
these people have used this fiat money to manipulate the
Mhm.
economies of multiple African countries. I'll take Cameroon for example,
Yes.
right? Right now, their reserves, or at least, yeah, still right now because they have not revolted yet. But right now, their reserves are with France. France can devalue their
Mhm.
currency any moment.
Mhm.
France is extracting natural resources from these people, not paying them.
Mhm.
So, and they cannot do anything about it because they don't have a military and they do not have the ability to set up their own currency.
Sanctions.
Right? Every time
Yeah.
that an African leader has come up and tried to set up, first of all, they understood that having their own currency is the first way to take back control of their own economy.
Yep.
And every time they try to do that, we see that they have been assassinated. In the case of Bitcoin, there is no one to assassinate,
Satoshi.
right? Because if the whole African nation is just now
Yes,
transacting
yes.
in
There's no
Bitcoin,
one.
what are you coming to take, right? And that is where something like this no one's app really blows my mind. Tell us a little bit more about it before we dive into it, because
Yeah.
I saw the app, you know what I mean. I caught a virtual flight from here. At least my phone caught a virtual flight from here to somewhere in Africa where I was able to access it, right? Because that app is not
Mhm.
available here in the US. So through a virtual flight, my phone was there. I accessed the app. I saw all the different uh, currencies that you can exchange, the marketplace. And I was just mind blown because this is value ripping all across the world without a bank involved. Talk to us about that.
Peer to peer.
Okay. Peer to peer has actually been after my introduction into Bitcoin, peer to peer has
Yeah,
been the basic thing of my crypto journey. It is where I get my cash flow, my passive. It is where I even get money to buy more
yeah.
Bitcoin. So I would
Before
talk
you carry
about
on, just for those who do not know, what is peer to peer? Can you explain that part?
okay,
Because I
okay.
think
Peer
that's
to
something
peer
people have,
is just like as it sounds, peer to peer, person to person trade.
right?
It's just as simple as that. That is person to person trade, which is just between me and you. There's
No
no
bank in
bank,
between.
there's
Okay.
no commission sharing or anything. It's just from me and you. Now, the reason why we have platforms that stands in and as escrow in this case is because of the security aspect of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are still people that can make these things look horrible,
Right.
and they can try to scam or fraud, do something illegal about it. So that's why we just have an escrow service in
Mm-hmm.
between, which is a good one. Is no one's. That's just what no one's is all about. We are not coming to decide price. Making we are not marking any market price or taking any market offers. So you are there to create
Yeah.
your offer. You are there to, and you are still the person to buy the offers. It's basically me, you trading crypto within ourselves without any barrier, any decentralizer coming in to regulate or tell us how we go about it.
Yes.
It's literally just a marketplace, and you cannot illegalize or call it illegal because everyone should be allowed to share value, and it's a marketplace for people to share value.
Yeah. Trade is your best right now.
Trade by barter,
Yes,
right?
exactly. But yes, carry on, brother. So you said when you got into peer to peer,
Yes,
tell us more about that.
yes.
As you were saying.
So
Yeah.
peer to peer, my first reason to go into peer to peer is now I know Bitcoin. Now I have Bitcoin, and I think I
Yeah.
need to just let me know the value of this thing, because your Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I already know I have something tangible, but I need to convert it to fiat. Let me see what I can actually make
Mm-hmm.
of this thing. It was $100 some years ago. I even got that some people bought it at $10, $1. I was not lucky to get it. I got it at 300. So it's let
Right.
me see the difference in my fiat. So I went to local Bitcoin, then I placed a trade. I want to sell. Then I saw it's a buy offer. I picked the trade and I sold. The person paid to my so-called bank then. So I
Yeah.
have fiat value
It's simple.
for so I had fiat value for what I own. And that was the
Yeah.
first time I felt, oh, this is now real money. This is a currency on its own. So I
Mm-hmm.
was looking like, instead of converting to fiat, other use cases can this work on? That was things I was looking for to learn. Like, can somebody accept this thing from me instead of me changing to fiat?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was the idea that kept on in the P2P marketplace.
Mm.
Now, it's not really converting my fiat, because converting Bitcoin to fiat is paying me, because it's like
Yeah.
I'm losing of value instantly, daily by every day. So I always wish I
Yeah.
could just trade my Bitcoin directly. It doesn't lose value from peer to peer. We're not losing anything.
Yeah.
We're in to gain more. I want that kind of thing. So that's
Right.
what kept me in the P2P game, trying to look for ways to get it better. And there is we trade volatility and arbitrage in the price as well. The volatility is
Right.
of advantage because of our ever depreciating currency. If you study the markets, you can actually make passive income. You can make profit trading the volatility as well.
Absolutely.
I can buy I can buy cheap and sell higher.
Hi. Yep.
Yes.
It's also in the
This is true.
marketplace. I can buy with margin. I can
Mm-hmm.
buy with a discounted margin and sell at a profitable margin. So
Right.
everything is there. It's just for you to know your own niche, to know what works for you, how you it can be of benefit to you, and just go in there and get it done. It's as simple as that.
Well,
Can I jump in?
just one moment.
Go
Let me
ahead.
just ask a question. So when I was looking on there, right, it seemed to me
Mhm.
like you could almost look at it like trading uh, digital currencies and trading forex all at the same time, because I noticed that some of the offers there are in different currencies. Is it also possible to say you purchase Bitcoin somewhere where it's cheaper, like you were saying with the passive income option there? Is it possible to purchase Bitcoin somewhere where it's trading cheaper, and you bring it now on the platform and be able to sell it at a higher rate, or sell it to another currency where you would get more of that currency in exchange for that amount of Bitcoins?
Yes, very possible. That is actually what basic P2P is all about. It's looking
Yeah.
for the profit in the market, the volatility,
Mm-hmm.
the imbalance, the price deficit itself. You can trade
Yeah.
it. Like, for example, let me give you an example. Um, Bitcoin can be very cheap in Nigeria if you know
Okay.
how to get it. And it
Right.
can also still be very cheap in the United States if you know how to get it. You have to use the market system, the marketplace.
Right.
Some people are willing to sell off their Bitcoin very fast because they need money at a very cheap rate so that they'll get their cash very quick. They can
Mm-hmm.
sell it to you at a discounted margin of maybe 3%, 5% in value.
Mm-hmm.
And some are ready to buy higher from you at these same margin differences. I can put my order. It's not about, I can put it in the marketplace that I want to sell my Bitcoin for a 10% margin difference.
Yeah.
If you are interested, you take my trade, you buy it. If you're not interested, you leave it and go for what you want.
For
That's
what you
the
want.
advantage of the market. You can trade the volatility. So I
Yeah.
can buy cheap in Nigeria because
Yeah.
of the devaluing currency and go and sell I to a currency um, that is better off, and I make profit from it. It's just that is the arbitrage in the
Yeah.
marketplace.
Absolutely.
That's basic. Yes, that's it.
When I saw that, man, I thought that was very powerful because anyone on the continent can make that happen for themselves, whether they have a job or not. So that's a game changer. Carry on, double up.
Did
Yes,
you know
that
what
is it.
you know what you just explained there? Basically, without exchanges and the manipulations being done on the exchanges and the market makers, the people can trade with one another
Yes,
without the need for exchanges. P2P should be replacing exchanges right now.
Yes, it should.
not only exchanges, it should be replacing even the banks.
Banks,
Yeah.
this is major, bro.
Yeah.
You need to
Yes,
get us on this game.
it's
But
okay. I will do the onboarding now. I'm ready to do it. And that's this is I'll have to put a call to action for you now. Now you have gone into knowing a little about it. It seems I know you have a Bitcoin maxi, but
Yeah.
you're now coming to actually Bitcoin is the digital cash, the
yeah,
peer-to-peer digital cash. But the
yeah.
peer-to-peer side, people are not really doing it. We all want to hold.
This is what where all the energy needs to be.
Yeah.
Nunes need to be a global solution, not just an African-based solution, bro.
That
Yeah.
is
We
that
need to
is
get to
why
that global solution like
that is
yesterday.
what
Here's
I'm
the
trying
thing,
to
though.
get you know now. So you need to do that. You have the
All
platform
right,
to do it.
we have to work on this together. But
Well,
one thing real quick though.
I
One thing
think
real
it's
quick
the. I
though.
think no. I'm just in response to what you're saying there.
Yeah.
Here's one thing, and I think this is part of that mindset transformation when it comes to Bitcoin,
Yeah.
right? Because you describe like it needs to be a global solution.
Yeah.
It's just like if you look at Bitcoin itself, its existence, it is a global solution.
Yeah.
The only thing that remember we've spoken about, these people have only resorted to social engineering, making people feel like
Exchanges and
something is not,
banks.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they only just come out and tell you that, hey, you cannot use, like right now they say you cannot use noons in the US.
Yeah.
You
For what
cannot use,
reason?
why do we always resort to noons? It's no one's, that's what it's called,
No
right? It's
one,
not,
please, no one.
yeah. So
American English.
yeah, exactly. So let's say no one's this. The only reason it's not legal in the US is because these people just said it's not legal in the
The
US.
banks, of course, man.
Yes,
Lobbying the
exactly.
government.
It's not because this app cannot function in the American network.
Peer to peer is
You
not
know,
illegal though.
peer to peer is the original reason, is the original state of Bitcoin. I mean, whenever you send Bitcoin to someone, instantly you're engaging
It's the
in peer to
original state
peer.
of being human beings.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, yeah, yeah. And I think it really just has to come down to society just going, you know what? You think it's illegal? We don't care. We're using it anyway. What are you going to do? And that's really what needs to happen. Carry on.
I was gonna say something though. I was in Nigeria in December and I was trying to find businesses in Lagos, in Ondo Town, in Ibadan, in Ife that will accept Bitcoin. And what I realized is that is unless you go to the island, people that are hip, that knew about Bitcoin, or you go to Abuja, those are the
Mhm.
people that are actually accepting Bitcoin, or one of those Turkish or foreign restaurants or businesses that will accept Bitcoin from you. But the general Nigerians that actually need this, which I see you guys doing now, they're the one that actually need this peer to peer
Mhm.
from away from this predatory fiat naira that is killing people's store of value. Literally. That is where the information needs to be. Literally,
Yes.
businesses in America need this as well, because by the
Yes.
time you do a transaction with a customer, 3 to 5% of that is gone from the
Exactly.
transaction fees, or they add it to the store fees, right? And then the credit card or the debit
Mhm.
card system also charges a fee. So as a customer, you're losing after you've already been taxed. So peer to peer really is the answer
You're
just
losing
to
it.
regular transaction. It's also the answer to your money in the banks. It's also the answer to freaking dealing with exchanges that is ripping people off, like FTX.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Yes.
say
One thing
fiat
I
economy na
always
Ethereum.
you said,
Yeah.
The economy is
Nah,
a terror.
as if fiat economy na Ethereum, sir.
oh, let's just leave
Gas
that one.
fees.
Gas fees.
One thing I need to
Gas
we
transaction
will talk
fees all
about that
over.
one.
Yeah.
Let's work it step
Yeah,
by step.
carry on.
I want to chip in
Yeah.
something. There's something I'm about the Bitcoin that we miss, and it's the first thing on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
If you read the white paper, the first thing there is Bitcoin, a
Right.
peer-to-peer
Oh, peer
electronic
to
cash
peer.
system. A peer-to-peer
Yes,
Yes.
that's
electronic
it.
cash system. That's it. It's all
Yes.
about. That's it.
That's it.
It's all. It's everything you need to know.
That's all
I
you
don't
need
know
to
why
know.
people. I don't know why people build too much out of curiosity and they make it too big. That's all I tell
Mm,
people. Bitcoin is just a
Literally,
peer-to-peer
all
electronic
you need to
cash
be
system.
building right now is just peer to peer solutions only.
That's it.
absolutely.
That's it. That's why if you look at my recent post, I was saying something like build on it. Just build
Yeah.
on it.
Yes.
Yep.
Everything build on Bitcoin. Don't stress yourself trying to know too much. Just build on Bitcoin. Build everything on it. That's what you should do.
Mm.
Better to build on something that appreciates over time. I think is it this week that it is official now that Bitcoin has proven to be the best investment asset over the years, over 10
Over
years
Absolutely.
now.
over the last 10 decades. I mean,
Yes,
Absolutely.
over the last
over the
decade.
last
Yep.
decade. That's
Yep.
it. It's
Yeah.
simple. Why not?
Very.
Do I need to tell you that you need to build on something like that? We were building on gold, but this is something that they tend to manipulate the price so that they keep it where they want it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's what they do with gold. Gold has the potential to also appreciate a lot, but because okay, now let's. I don't want to go into this Pan-Africanist. Africans
Mhm.
are the miners of gold, and we don't have gold. We don't have high reserve of gold. We are
Exactly.
using it to control us. And but in the
Yes.
case of Bitcoin, this is something that is scarce. Nobody is actually going to be in charge. It is just 21 million, and it's not going to go above that. Already, we have over, I think, 19 million in circulation already, which makes it
Yeah.
more scarce. And
Exactly.
that is to tell you that this is going to be appreciating over time because demand is going to keep coming.
Increasing.
Look at
Yeah.
ETF, they are gathering a lot of Bitcoin, which they are taking a lot out of the space. I used to tell people ETF is really not in the good of Bitcoin because you are
Yeah.
not owning the actual Bitcoin. You are just
Mm-hmm.
owning, you are just
You
trading
you yeah, you're giving all of it to one person to
to
own it
one
for you.
person to trade for you, hold it for
Yes.
you.
Giving you the fiat.
So
And it's somebody
that
that
is
you
not
cannot go and take
the
it back
idea.
from.
That is not a basic idea. The basic idea is you owning yours in your own wallet, in
Yeah.
your
Mm-hmm.
own reach, in your own control,
Mm-hmm.
where you know, yes, this is mine.
In fact,
ETF.
I will go as far as to say, sorry to interrupt you there. I will actually go as far as to say that this Bitcoin ETF situation is actually been a theft to a huge part of society. It is a
Yes.
massive theft because you are buying something and giving it to someone to hold it for you, and that is somebody that you cannot go and actually tell them to give you back that thing.
That's worse than
So
Robin Hood.
essentially, what has happened with this Bitcoin ETF, when you really break it down to the most basic of principles, is that these people have swindled their customers
Mm-hmm.
to
Mhm.
hand over all of their money
To
so
them.
they can take it and go and buy something from themselves.
Mhm.
You know what it is? It is no different from when it's like I always say, man. How come is it that here in America people are working and putting money in their retirement fund,
In the banks.
but the person that they are paying to manage their money is driving a car that is more expensive than their whole life?
Yachts.
He
Is
owns
rolling
a
around in a
yacht.
yacht. You see what I'm
He owns a
saying?
jet.
Lambo
He
money.
owns a
So it's
jet.
like you walk and you just hand over the money. So these guys can take it and go and buy Lambo and yacht. While you are
And
waiting to 70, by the time you get to 70 to come and take your money, these guys are not going to be around.
They're giving you sprinkles.
By the time you get to 70, you're only going to be on the phone with customer service trying to figure out how can you not get charged taxes for this thing.
And then they thank the they
Yeah,
thank the economy too.
exactly. You call them one more time, man. One more email, bro. They will tank your whole account. You know, it is insane. The whole
yeah.
configuration is a scam. And it's like once you capture Bitcoin in your mind, you
Mm.
start to realize that you cannot carry on with your life like that, knowing that you're living in a. How do you live with yourself? Your guilt is going to eat you to death when you understand Bitcoin, but you want to keep acting like fiat is a normal thing. It's incredible. So what you
Yeah.
explained there, man, so powerful, so powerful.
Yeah. That's what the global South citizens, all African youth. That's what I try to make them. I was actually on the streets before I came to join this. I was doing some community education, and mainly I was just encouraging the youth to know about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Another thing is that generally the literature world, the literacy, our formal education is not teaching us anything about finance.
Yeah,
Yes,
money. Yeah,
this is
yeah,
true.
Bitcoin puts finance in your face.
Yeah,
yeah. Everything.
It brings
in
it to the table.
in the strongest way ever.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I am not a good I'm not good with savings,
Mm-hmm.
but Bitcoin actually taught me that. Like
Mm.
it's now the good side of me.
yes,
I said something earlier that I came from the investor kind of mindset. So now
yeah,
I now know how to actually save fifty
yeah,
dollar and expect something in return. I know how to put a little portion of my income into
yeah,
something. Yeah,
Good
you know
stuff.
that it brings finance education to my face. Like
yes,
I can't hide from it. It opens my eyes to see, oh, what's the difference between this and fiat? What's the difference between fiat and gold? What's the difference between fiat and stocks?
yeah,
Bitcoin would let you think about all these things, like why am I buying this thing? Why am I keeping dollars? And
yeah,
next year, the dollar I'm keeping, I can only buy a pen now, and next year I can't even buy that pen again, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still
thank
staying
you.
that same price. I have to add
Mm-hmm.
like 10 more of the same price of yesterday to today to get the same pen. Am I saving or what? Is it appreciating?
Exactly.
Bitcoin will put it to your face and let you know
It
that, brother, you are wasting your time.
it definitely it
So,
definitely does. Man, we can go on forever here, but we're definitely gonna have to have a few of these discussions here, Jimo,
No
because I think
problem.
that this is very powerful to continue spreading the information here and really everywhere else in the world.
mm,
But before we roll, there is one very important thing that you're also doing, and I think that it is good for us to talk to the people so that people know where to find you if they need more information. You do education as well
mm,
on Bitcoin and as well as the P2P trading situation,
Yeah.
right? Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're doing on that side of things and how the best way for people to reach you
Okay.
as well?
One problem of Africa is
Hmm.
that's the problem that I take to heart, is the problem of
Yeah,
youth empowerment.
yeah.
Because when I was in school, this thing is my personal. I wrote an essay. The topic I would never forget it. Um, Vibrant youth tools for nation empowerment. So
mm,
it was first a written essay, then I have to go and debate it.
Hmm.
mm.
This was my best debate ever because I took it to heart.
Yeah.
And it's still in my head till then, from then till now. So I
Yeah,
always see myself, I see the youth as the vibrant youth, and they are the tool for the nation empowerment. Now,
yeah.
in the case of the global south, I'm not always happy to say it that we have a very high unemployment rate.
Hmm.
We don't have the resources to even build our own ideas. We
Hmm.
have the ideas, we have the vibrant youth, we have everything. We have
Yeah,
all scopes of life, all witty youth that want to do something, but we don't have the
yeah,
facility to push for all these things. Now, how can we do it within ourselves? I got to know about Bitcoin through some people, it is best I share what I know about it to empower the
Yeah.
other ones. That's just my basic, and that is why I think that's where I got to my niche. That's why people come to me. It's basically because I have a passion for wanting to help my friends. I just want
People,
to help.
yeah.
Yeah.
I believe I can't be here because I made a little peanuts or I make money, and all of you are under me. I beg, it's stressful for me. I used to
Yeah.
tell everything I pitch to the community is just teach them to be like you. It will relieve you a lot. You have your own
Hmm.
community. Let them create their own too. Don't worry about
Yeah.
you want to be in charge. No, let them create their own. Let them work on their own. You create your own. He creates his own. The next person creates. Then we are building ourselves. With that, we can
Yeah.
even we will develop in a way that we don't wait for anybody to come and do anything for us. We don't even wait for the government. The Nigerian, the
Yeah.
African youth, we are so strong enough that we go anywhere and we can pull out things from nothing.
Yep.
Okay,
That's right.
look at the system in Nigeria when P2P was booming, or when the regulation came and they banned direct bank transactions with crypto. It took us just maybe less than 48 hours for P2P to resurrect to come.
Can't stop them.
You cannot stop it. It's like I was remember I said already. It's like there's so many windows, man. You
Yes,
cannot
it's
stop
just
this
there.
thing.
It's just there. So it's better we
Yeah.
just build ourselves and see all these things. Bitcoin is so big. It's an innovation that imagine. I was listening to, is it Blacking? He was saying something like even Elon Musk said AI cannot crack Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, let me use
That's
Elon
right.
Musk. Let me not go. He said AI cannot crack Bitcoin, and there is a lot of things that we can build on this. This is creating job opportunity already. A lot of
Mhm.
Nigerians, a lot of Africans are now studying the blockchain technology. There are many niches you can go
Hmm.
in there. We are looking on building on the Bitcoin protocol, on the net blockchain. We are doing a lot of things. This is creating a new kind of employment to us, which is good for
Yeah.
the global south. The global south now, we are the highest consumer of cryptocurrency generally, not only Bitcoin. So if
Yeah.
we can build infrastructures, build businesses, build things on Bitcoin, do you know what it will generate? Look at El Salvador. I posted something about El Salvador and Michael Selo. Like, what do you think of these people when you see them? We all, when El Salvador was buying around 22,000, he bought around 26. Yes, his first buy was
Yep.
Yeah.
around
Yep.
26.
Yep.
Then
Full adoption.
it dipped down to 22. People were like, oh, he's going to be in loss. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
we need to go and talk to them now. What do they feel? He's in
Hmm.
loss now.
IMF.
And when
IMF threat.
Listen, they never listen to
Sure.
anyone.
this guy
Even
bought
IMF came and started threatening them.
He bought at 26. We are all shouting
Yeah.
he's a loser because he dipped down to 2022. Now he's at 52. We should do another
Yeah.
interview with those set of people. Over 100%
In your face, motherfuckers.
Exactly. No, definitely. Even my barber, I've been paying my barber, one of my barbers in Bitcoin since 15,000.
Yep.
And back then he did not even understand it, but I was like, guy, just hold on to it. Don't worry about it. Just hold on to it. Just I kept buying every time I went there, I'll pay him in Bitcoin. He would move it over to his self-custody wallet. More recently, he, had a bit of a situation. He was contemplating selling it. But the interesting thing is he had not been even buying anymore, and he had not even opened his self-custody wallet since I last went there. And so when he was having a bit of a situation, he was thinking of selling it. So he went and opened it and he saw the money has more than doubled,
yes.
you know, from the haircuts I was paying him. And, he ended up not selling it. But one remark he made to me, he was like, I went back and when I went to check it out, I was like, holy crap. This is like saving my money and I was not even trying to save it. It is very powerful.
Very, very.
It is worth everyone learning it, right? Uh, Ladies and gentlemen,
So,
if you are not familiar yet, okay, let me just throw up the
ooh,
page here.
ooh,
Okay, look at that page, sharp page like that.
Gang, gang.
very simple.
Evergenius. Exactly. Please, if you want to check out Gmo, if you want to learn more, okay, about Bitcoin, more about peer to peer, right? Just someone that you can pick their brains, any sort of that stuff. You can see Gmo is very active. posting a lot of very useful information. Look at them, man, out there on the street,
Yeah.
Hot on the street.
getting
I
it
was I
done.
was with that community, those people today. Those are the people that I was with today.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yes.
What
bro.
What
We
were you
need
guys
this.
doing in that picture there?
That is we're just educating the
Just
grassroots, the
education?
local. We're taking it to the locals. Like I
Yeah.
Yes, we need that
local.
critically in
Yes.
Lagos right now,
We
bro.
want yes, we no one is doing a massive educational push out. We are pushing it out there. We want to
Yeah.
push. We are having campus tour coming soon.
Okay.
Currently, we are doing we're pushing the visibility everywhere. We're doing
Hmm.
education. Education is our core course at no one's. It's not really about
Yep.
Right.
just P2P.
The trading part. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just about that. We need you to understand it. It is from the understanding that you would know what you can do. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just
Exactly.
about trading. We want to have developers. We want to have marketers. We want to have all set of professionalism in the Bitcoin space. So when you get
Exactly.
familiar, when you know what to do, you a content creator, I tend to flow in the part of being an educator and the kind of community manager person. We want all other persons. We have musicians. We want you to talk about it. We want you to sing about it. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, I want to pay.
Yeah.
I want to pay a lot of people in Bitcoin, and I want to see them understanding what they have, knowing what
Yeah.
it is, not just because they just want to know about it. It is when you know it, you can create something out of it.
Exactly.
Yes, the education is the main thing, is the first thing for me.
That is a really good. That's a really good one there. When you know it, right, you can create something out of it, brother. Let me write this one down before I forget. Just give us 1 second. You see, because I think that is very important,
Yes.
and this is why I say that's important. I was on a Twitter space. There was the last Twitter space which you invited me to,
Mm-hmm.
and what is this gentleman's name? The one who is the
Prince or
CEO,
Lego?
the one who is CEO of No One's now.
Oh yeah. What's his name?
Ray, Ray
Ray.
Wisco.
Ray. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I was in there with Ray, and there was this one lady who came on into that Twitter space, and she started asking questions. She said, "But I'm not interested in trading. I'm not interested in, it does not seem interesting to me. What else can I do?" And things like that.
Mhm.
And listen, to be honest, this is just me. Okay. I think that by the second question, Ray probably could have wanted to say to her, "Shut the hell up, bro. Like, get the fuck out of
I
there."
was not asking.
But
I know the person. She's even a friend. That's Captain. Mhm.
listen, man, I was listening, but because she's trying to, but that situation there,
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is where what you said there is very powerful. When you know it, then you can know what to do with it.
Yes,
The important thing is to know it first. It's not that you need to, this is not, oh, I'm about to go learn how to trade Bitcoin. So
yes.
I'm about to go understand Bitcoin and its capabilities. Then you can
Okay.
trade it, you can hold it,
Let
and
me
all that other
let me
kind of
give you a
stuff.
follow up on that question.
Yes,
Captain is my
yes,
friend. Her name is Captain Lina or something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but we call her Captain. She's a good friend. We talk a lot.
yes,
That's her idea. She doesn't want to trade. But when we kept talking, I was like, she's a developer. I said, she was like, oh, what can she do? I said, you can look into creating. She's a data infrastructure person. She's into
Mm-hmm.
data stuff. I said, you can build something on Bitcoin. That's what I understood. That build something. There are many
yes,
things you can think of. You don't need to come out and make it look like you don't know what to do. You already know what to do. Just go and know Bitcoin
right,
now. So with Bitcoin
exactly,
and your knowledge, you would see what you can do. You can create a
exactly.
lot of things on the Bitcoin. I don't really want to put our idea out because you know all these people they have their infringement.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot.
No, of course, of course.
We shared a lot on it,
Yep.
and she has many options of things she could build now. She has a lot.
Yep.
Well, listen, when you meet your friend again, tell her that I said understand it first, so you can know what to do with
Great,
it.
Thomas.
I think that was what Ray said. Is like she needed to spend more time on the white papers,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
at least read the Bitcoin standard,
Yeah,
because
especially as a developer,
yeah,
those
a
are
lot of
people we
people
need.
like her though. She reminds me of she reminds me of a lot of people which are very similar to her. Is that everybody is stuck in that fiat mindset that they're thinking of it as, oh, it's money that can be either bought or sold, or it's an asset. They don't understand the innovation aspect of store of value, of energy,
Hmm.
transfer of energy, or transfer of data.
Hmm.
All that, like, she's a data infrastructure
The-
person. You know how many ideas she can come up with?
yes, that's it. That's what I told her too. People are not really. We are. I used to tell people that even the global south, we are the scratch. We are the start. We are not even deep.
Yeah.
We are not deep down yet. If you look at
Yeah. It's just the
the
beginning.
benefit of the Bitcoin, hey, a lot of things: data
Yeah.
storage,
Hmm.
supply chain, even
Hmm.
we can use it in the legal system,
Yep.
identification, a lot of things we've not even done.
Yes.
We are not even at the start. We are still in the case of peer to peer. We are just spending it as a currency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is stage one.
Incredible.
We are
Yeah.
still at
About a year ago.
Yeah.
stage one.
About a
I
year
was
ago.
sorry, please. I was talking to somebody. I
Go ahead.
mentioned that we are still in the early stage. This person said no, that he has been um Bitcoin has been in the system for 15 years or whatever. I say he has been with people talking about Bitcoin 13 years ago. I said, yes, it's true. It's true.
That like
But
took
we are
the
still at
internet.
scratch. We've not even done, nobody is
Yeah.
using Bitcoin for supply chain yet. We are not using it for data storage. We are not even using the blockchain
Yes.
on that yet. We are still using it as a
Yes.
currency alone.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this currency
We're
case,
not even using it yet to
to finalize,
identification or some things
we have
like
not
that.
done
Yeah.
anything on that. We have not started it yet.
Yeah.
And you said we are not early. We are still very early. We've not even started the technical part of it.
Yeah.
We are still, even the currency use case, the peer to peer. We
We're
are.
beyond
I
that
think
too.
we just have 219 active wallet in the world. That's not even
Hmm.
up to 10% of the whole world. We need 1 billion people
Yeah.
before we can say we are 10%.
That is very true.
Hmm.
And we just
Talk.
have over 200 and something million active wallets.
Active wallets.
So are we not still? It's just like a decade is still a start here. It's still a
It's still
start.
very early days. And this is also one proof that you will see that it's still early days. People went and gave their money to BlackRock to go and buy ETF or buy Bitcoin for them instead of just buying it themselves. That's how you know it's that's how many people do not even know what it is. We can see it represented in the money that has been handed
That's
over
why
to BlackRock. It's insane.
we need to do the education. We need to keep talking about it. Why give your
Exactly.
money for somebody to buy for you and keep custody for you? Why when
Exactly.
you can have it?
Go ahead, Double.
Thinking of the technical part, about a year ago, Brazen and I were talking about the future state of Bitcoin. So in Africa right now, right, we're always trying to be like the Americas, or we're trying to be like Europe, or we're trying to be like China, where we're trying to develop softwares to compete with Amazon,
Hmm.
Microsoft, Apple, etc. Right? And you know, it took Nigeria, a lot of African countries, forever to get access to the internet, or to even get access to the cloud, to talk less of the different softwares and operating system. And we always keep saying that only if we can have better leaders or innovators like you and I, where instead of us trying to go back into those centralized systems which the global West have built, which is abusing their citizens, Africa can literally jump those legacy systems, because now those are legacy systems, and we can literally jump into the new age, to the real Wakanda, if we call it Wakanda, and we can literally just build on Bitcoin. This will give Africa the head starts that it's been waiting to have for ages. That is why, like you were saying, education is critical, because we need to educate people, and that will be the jump start that Africa needs to get ahead. Peer
Very
to
true.
peer is a good start to
Yes.
that.
Yes. If you are conversant with our videos, our educational facility content, you see that the problem of the whole world is the money problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
The war, the war around everywhere, Ukraine, Congo, um, Gaza is money war. Everything is a
Yeah.
financial war. It's about dominance of the dollar. And if you can solve the money problem, which Bitcoin sets in as the bridge, it's how do I put it? It jumps a lot of hurdles
Yeah.
for African. It skips all of it and bring everything to our face that this is what you need. This is the innovation you need. Look at the problem of what we have now. I can't literally exchange anything from Africa, not even Africa, Nigeria to Ghana alone. It's hard. Okay, like I said, I work remotely. I get payments offshore, and I need to bring it down to Ghana first, and I need to send money to Nigeria. To send this transaction cost me a lot of money. The easiest way for me is just Bitcoin. It saves me that stress easily. My wife knows how to trade. My son is just a 2-year-old son. He owns one Bitcoin already before two.
Wow.
Yes,
That's a rich man, dog.
yes. He's even an ambassador to some
Let's go.
educational. Yeah. You've not seen my son. You see, I think I
Yeah.
posted. He's an ambassador at two.
Yeah.
They call him the Bitcoin boy. He owns one Bitcoin at two.
Nice.
Now, this is what Bitcoin is making me do. I don't have a father that saved something for me, or there was an innovation that he stored somewhere for me. Now my son already knows about Bitcoin. He mentions Bitcoin. It's two. He doesn't know too much, but because of what Bitcoin teach him, Bitcoin is basically my own financial freedom. It gave me that edge to want to know and want to teach.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes.
that's the good thing about it.
Yeah. I think that what you're saying that's so powerful. Your son at 2, even if he does not know it all. If you think about it, when we were born,
Yep.
fiat was just naturally what was there.
Yeah, that's
Just
how we
like
do.
you see a mango tree or something.
Yep.
It's just there.
It's a mango tree.
So as you grow and you go through school, your parents give you money to go for lunch and stuff like that. When you start selling candy to your friends at school, you're really you're learning and you're really rolling in fiat. At that point in time, no one really had to explain it to you. But when you show up somewhere and you say, "Hey, I'll give you this candy for however much naira or how many much dollars," it's because instantly you understood that this dollar thing, this money thing, I want it. And if I give somebody something, they'll give it to me. So imagine at 2 years old, your son already understands that this Bitcoin thing, I want it. It is the mode of operation. By the time he gets to adult age, man, it is not even something you think about anymore. It is natural operation. And that is where the power of this thing is just going to be
Education is critical,
overwhelming,
man.
man. I think by that point in time,
Yeah.
things like BlackRock will only read the right it is. I only see it inside history book as how they fell down one time.
A lot of
So
all
incredible.
these Western monetary regulators and whatever they call them, venture
Mafia.
capitalists, are still going to be going down. And that is why they are pushing negatively about Bitcoin. That is why they are after all Bitcoin educators, innovators. That's why they know this is what is going to kill their system.
Yes.
BIS.
Yeah.
Bank
Bitcoin is
Intervention Settlement.
challenging the banking system. And
Yes.
you can see, I think I saw an article that the banking system now are looking into adopting the blockchain system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're also trying to. The Nigerian exchange is also trying to tokenize the entire stock
I used
market.
to say Nigerian leaders are confused. They don't know. Look at the first thing, they place a ban. Then last February this year, January this year, they removed the ban and they are they are calling for virtual assets service provider to come and teach them, tell them about it.
Yeah.
I'm a confused country for me. It's my country. I'm not so proud to say it. You just need the people, the innovators in this thing to tell you. We have CBAN. I'm a member of CBAN too, though not the active type. I'm just a member, just to learn and to get information as well.
Yeah.
Even that, look at El Salvador now. Look at what that man, he won his second election, like
Yep.
Yeah.
just easily because he went with the flow of the innovation. Everybody is
Exactly.
happy trading Bitcoin. And even if you look at, I used to use, this is not so technical, I used to use something, go to where fiat is being used as a form of exchange and go to where Bitcoin is used as a form of exchange. You'll see the atmosphere is different. I don't know why. It's just simple, natural. You just see there.
It's
Just
almost
go.
like higher level of existence or
Yes,
higher level
you
of
just
understanding.
go to a store around you that accepts Bitcoin. Just go. This one is practical. You don't need too much sense. You don't even need to know about Bitcoin. Just go to the cafe around you that accepts Bitcoin. Go there, then live there, go to the one that takes fiat. You see the difference. You see the confusion, everything, the problem. You go see, and it's going to come before
You
your
can
face.
say, that taxes that taxes be the difference. That taxes the difference. But yes, 100%. I agree with you because I have felt that vibe myself. It's incredible. Hey, listen, bros, brother Jimo, we'll have to have you back on the show, man.
Well, she's a
We'll have to have you back on the show again and again and again because I think that we need to be able to continue this conversation, right? Until
Okay.
everybody understands it. And again, what you're doing, it is very powerful. It is the same reason why we oh wait, sorry, that's the wrong one. Push the wrong button. You see, you don't really start the bob head. That was not the one I was gonna go for. This is what I was gonna go for.
Okay.
Okay. Because the work that you are doing, okay, it is a thankless something. It is very important, and it is what is going to transform our future.
mm,
Yes.
Hopefully, I'm going to be in Ghana at some point this year. I would like for us to link up
Okay.
if you're in town, sir.
Oh, sure, sure.
Accra, Ghana,
I
right?
but let me add something. Sorry,
Yes.
please.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We're talking about an innovation. We're talking about this P2P. Basically, Bitcoin is the peer-to-peer electronic cash system. If we
Mm-hmm.
stay on that alone,
Yeah.
it's a big topic.
mm-hmm,
So I would advise our listeners
mm-hmm.
to get involved
Yeah.
by downloading the app. No once you can go to my page. You see my link. Use
Absolutely.
my
Let's pull
link
that
to
up
sign
again
up,
here.
and we have educational classes. We have the No One's Academy that happens on Saturday, 8 p.m. GMT.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7 p.m. WAT, and we have services. We have people, ambassadors around that you can reach out to. They can put you, even if you have zero knowledge of the system. We are ready to teach you. We are ready to tell you about it. It's a very easy process. It's very, like, within 2 minutes you should be done with the registration. It's very easy. The verification is very fast. So you can just sign up with this, just your Gmail or your phone number. It's as easy as that. It's not so hard. It's within 2 minutes you are done. So
Absolutely.
I would advise everybody, do this. Let's get into the P2P. This is the innovation of, this is the main purpose of Bitcoin. It's, we
Yes.
need to remove the centralized
Entities.
entity.
Yeah.
We need to get them off.
Yes.
Let's me and you, and aside no one's, um, no one is like a pet project
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
of me. There's SafeKit coming. SafeKit is going to be a big protocol where it's not going to be crypto alone. Basically, peer to peer. You can bring your TV, and I have crypto I want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring anything, just the global classified marketplace.
So
Everything.
SafeKit is going to be a marketplace.
Yes, it's basically something, that kind of protocol.
Oh, okay.
It's basically, I'm not the techie type, but that is the knowledge I know
Yeah.
that is coming on SafeKit, where you can bring anything, everything. We can trade together. It's a lot. It's very complex because it has a lot of technicality and
Yeah.
a lot of things. But it's not my job, though.
Hey, no,
It's like
but
it's
So
it's
listen.
like Craigslist but replacing Amazon at the same time.
yes, yes, something like that, and it's going to be on the blockchain.
Bro, man, please,
Basically,
how can we get
it's
on
going
this
to be
game,
on
man?
the.
These are all ideas that we've been thinking of that we're trying to be
Absolutely.
There's a
part
lot.
of.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of
Absolutely.
things. So I was on the streets today, and those guys, they are having some kind of. I said, see, it is my job. I don't even need to tell you what to do. I'll just submit it to you. You go and build it for me.
Yeah.
That is what education does. That is how I do it.
Yeah.
I don't come to teach them. I'll just tell them what it looks like. They'll
Yep.
go home, think about it. I want my idea to look like yours.
Yeah.
That's how
Mm-hmm.
you easily
That's a good
become
leader.
part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not coming to say, oh, do it this way. No, this is how we do it to make it. No, I just
No.
tell you, if we do it this way, can I bring a suggestion? They go back home, they own the idea, and they develop it.
Yep.
That's my
Yeah.
job.
That's
So the
one thing
same
said.
thing here.
Going back home. I think that's the next phase of this thing. I think that the African continent as a whole needs all of us
Back.
back.
We need you. You people should
Yes.
come.
Because this is the thing. This is the thing, brother. it is
This is
very,
what would
it is clear to me at this point
take us.
that, oh wait, go ahead.
This is actually our liberation tool,
Yes.
because the point at which we are being controlled is the money market.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is what they are using against us. If we can get off
Cut that
this
off.
problem,
Can
Yeah.
sanction me,
my brother,
motherfuckers.
we are done.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting with some VCs, some rich top guys, and they were like, why is it that African don't have access to this international trade? We can't get things into our country easily, and we can't move it out. I said, the reason is that if we have the power, then we have the balance to get on the same level with them easily.
Yeah.
If I can import what I need to be more productive when it gets to Africa easily, I don't need to. It's not. That means I can produce very fast
Yeah.
because I have what I need. If I can do business with Ghana easily,
Yeah.
freely, like there's no order. You're giving me a leverage. So now let's think about having that leverage through Bitcoin when we
Yeah.
can move and interact with ourselves fast. Goods and services can move faster. We don't need to pay these high taxes, high hidden charges.
Yeah.
Oh my brother. If I want
Oh,
to, it's very painful anytime I'm being paid for my remote job. It's one of the most painful
oh,
moment of
man.
my life at this time of the year, 21st century, is me receiving my payment, because I know I'm
Yeah.
going to use a high percentage of it.
Yeah.
So if you are a kind of remote business and you give me options of payment, I'll just tell you Bitcoin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Away from the ends of taxes.
In fact, and that's the thing, we need to normalize it.
Yeah.
If you're going to get paid, ask if someone can pay in Bitcoin instead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to become more trendy. But how do you want to get paid? Bitcoin or fiat?
Payment
You see what I'm saying?
now, Bitcoin should be there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Payment option.
Oh man, listen.
Bitcoin.
Exactly right. Listen, at this point, man, it is very clear to me that we have the knowledge, we have the resources, right? Whether it is people here in the diaspora or others who are back home, if we come together, we have the time as well. Because this is something that it seems to me that's not even the old generation. Fine, if they want to participate, cool. These are the people that are giving their money to BlackRock and all these other guys. But I think that for our generation, for all of us, okay, from the moment that we started growing to this point in time, we have never seen a point in time in our lives where the money was true. We have never ever seen a point in time where our continent, because this is really applies to almost every African, right? Our continent has operated autonomously without any of the colonial influence interfering in everything we do. It is insane to me that we are on the continent with the most resources, richest in natural resources, right? Which has been extracted from us for decades. Decades. Are we not approaching
now.
century? Yet, this place is still very rich in resources. But when you look at the global market index, Africa is not even there.
No, we are nowhere defined.
Right? Exactly.
Yes.
We have the tool to make that change right now, which is Bitcoin. So for me, the way I look at it, it is up to our generation, man, to transform our financial future. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you know that one of my biggest joys is Bitcoin is just my life? You know why?
Yeah.
If you look at my page, you see something like Pan-Africanism. I'm a Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it there. Pan-Africanist is more like my core cause. I love that part. And Bitcoin has given me the power, the leverage to be a true Pan-Africanist. Because I'm not holding your dollar.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not holding your currency. You cannot control anything about me. My finance is not in your reach.
Yes.
I'm not holding anything. And that is the biggest flex of all.
Yes.
It's like where Kanye West should come and learn from me.
It is the freedom.
Yeah,
it is the freedom.
Anywhere I go, I talk about, I can bullshit anything, which is wrong, but I know the best part to get to is going through my money, my financial record. That is the easiest way. That is where they get all entrapped. That is where they get to know you. That is where they want
Yeah.
to know. That is why the decentralized system is there. That is what they use it for, just to
Yeah.
be able to control us. So when I know that I'm a Pan-Africanist and my finance is not with you, do you know
Yes.
it's a big flex for me. I don't care.
It is. It is. It's because it goes back to that point, which you mentioned. All the problems we're having stems from money.
It's money.
All of the
The whole,
control
the
that
problem
these
of Africa
people
is
are
money. It's the money
exactly,
problem.
exactly. The control of people is the money. You're not gonna go talk
I
to someone recklessly when they're banking your money.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Imagine.
go piss them off.
Uh, I don't want to go outside the discussion of
No, go
Bitcoin,
ahead.
but
It's fine, brother.
imagine the West teaching us how to devalue our own currency. Do you need grammar? Do you need dictionary? Do you need dictionary to understand that? To get here?
Did you see what
I
happened
used
to
to ask,
Nigeria at the beginning of the
I
year?
used to ask, I used to ask this simple question: what are these legislators? What are these our politicians doing there? Do I need
Yes,
to do big grammar for you to? Why are you devaluing your currency, your own
guy.
currency?
What is
Do
the
I need
purpose
to
of big grammar where nobody's even understanding it?
My brother, do I need to use dictionary to explain devaluing your own currency for you?
Thank you.
And they listen too.
Thank
That's the
you.
sad part.
Thank you. You know what? You know
We
what?
have been devaluing our currency since 1975 by
Yes.
ourselves.
And it's not getting any better. No, not
By
by ourselves.
ourselves.
IMF says that you must do it. So if IMF says it,
No, no,
then they
no.
do it.
Why are we listening to IMF? IMF?
Exactly.
Why?
Exactly.
Why are we listening to the World Bank? So
Yeah,
They
if
want
when
exactly.
they
Gaddafi
want
stood
more of that
against
fake
them,
free money.
when
Exactly.
Gaddafi stood against them, didn't we see the transformation in Libya?
Hmm.
It's obvious.
Want to go deep now?
So
Let's
don't
go.
let us go off Bitcoin. That one is
Well,
Let's
it's back to
go,
another
brother.
topic.
No, this is not off topic.
It's
That's
not connected.
but this is how you know how powerful Bitcoin is. Because even though
yes, that's
you're
it.
saying that you're going off topic, it is not off topic
It
because
connects everything.
Bitcoin is here to solve that exact problem.
Yes, very well.
These people were taken out because they tried to take back control of their money.
Yes.
And they could not take back control of their money because there's another group that says that everybody's money is our money. We control
Yes.
it. You will
We
not do
have to.
anything unless we approve that you should do it.
Yes.
But listen, look at Russia right now. Okay, they got sanctioned to
A
all
lot of
corners of
it.
the earth, right? But then all of a sudden you see they are standing, they're not falling.
They are standing
That's
tallest,
right.
tallest now. Standing tallest.
Exactly.
The best
The
economy
moment
has
that
happened
happened,
this
exactly,
month.
exactly. You see, the moment that
It's
happened, I was like, listen, man, this is a grave mistake. These people have been sanctioned, and the whole world has now seen that if you get sanctioned to help with from the dollar system, you
So
still
we're
be
out.
fine. In fact, if someone has so much control over you,
you
and
see
then
the
they now give you
interview,
full
Tucker
penalty and you don't
interview.
go down,
What's his name?
yeah.
Tucker Carlson.
Oh, Tevakasi, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Right. So if someone has all these claims that they have all this power over you, and then they now
Yes, Tucker
execute or
Carlson.
exercise that power,
Look
and
at
then
his
nothing happens to
interview. He
you,
was like,
it shows that they're ineffective, right? Go
Other than
ahead.
44 to it's now at least 200 million views
Yeah, just
on
hang
the
on one
interview.
moment. We're getting a delay. Just one moment. He's gonna cut you in a bit.
hey, the
All right, go
signal
ahead, bros.
seems the signal seems
It's okay.
shaky.
We can Bitcoin
So I was
solve
just
that too.
saying,
Bitcoin notes in the future.
we don't need we don't need too much. We just need to sit back, take a step back, and
Yeah.
look into the future of this
Hmm.
decentralized financial system that Bitcoin has brought to the table. Just first, don't stay inside. Just take a step back, put Bitcoin before
Hmm.
you, and look through it. Let Bitcoin be your
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah. I like that.
You know what I was thinking? It would be nice if we can get somebody in front of the presidents of Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger to orange pill them as soon as possible.
Ah, that's one thing I dream of. I'll tell you my dream. I said I will be traveling to. I want to. I want to travel to the 54 African country and meet with all leaders, even if it is just for handshake, and tell them my
Hmm.
own African vision.
Yeah.
This is true.
Hey, the
I agree.
network.
Incredible. All right. Well, brother, listen. If we continue going, this network will eventually just not come and chop off. But do not drop off, brother. We're going to wrap this one up here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been absolutely incredible discussing with Jimo. As he's mentioned, if you're interested in learning more about no one's, if you're interested in learning more about Bitcoin, we shared Jimo's page. Okay, and we're going to put a link to this as well. Okay, that's going to be Evergenius on X. Okay, definitely tap in there with Jimo. He has links to some of the other activities that they have going on. Um, as we wrap this one up here, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you understand why we are having these conversations. We hope that you understand the true importance of Bitcoin and why it is here. There is no turning back now. This thing is here. It is here to stay. And the central authorities recognize this. They understand that this power is going to be taken away from them. So we'll be having Jimo back on the show. Double or anything before we wrap up the recording here, sir?
Yes, sir. If you know, you know.
Incredible.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know.
Now, I will tell you this. Be a champion. Be like Jimo. Seek knowledge. And the process of seeking knowledge, you will find Bitcoin.
Yeah. Put Bitcoin and stay through it.
You
guy already told you. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with us. Okay. Until next time, we are STAKK on YouTube here. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, STAKKFin on Instagram. Until next time, Brazen out.
Double O.
Thank you.
Hey. All right. I always forget which button I need to hit here. Just one moment, folks. Close.
Son.